because it's a wrist motion.
Okay.
It's a wrist motion. So when I paint, it looks like I'm doing this, but that's not it. Like when you write with a pencil, you're writing with your fingers.
Okay.
I am writing with my wrist. It feels really, really, really stupid and wrong until it becomes second nature. So when I paint, I'm painting this way, or I'm even doing this, but it's always a wrist motion. Like my elbow only moves like to get my wrist in position.
And why is that good?
One, writing with your fingers is really, really stressful.
Okay.
That's why there's like little thingies to make sure you don't get like a callus on your, for your pencils and stuff like that, because it's really, really stressful. And painting is a thing that in the beginning you'll probably do for hours. Like in one session, you might, if you have time, you might sit there for 6 or 7 hours, just going when you get into your groove. But so imagine if I was doing this for 6 to 7 hours, I would never want to do it again. I'd never want to paint.
Okay.
So
we're doing your wrist.
So your wrist, this is a natural motion for your wrist. Even doing this is a natural motion for your wrist. It's a hinge joint. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
But doing this, making your fingers curve over something round, which is asinine from the start, it's stop laughing. Make me laugh.
Oh my god.
This is terrible. This is just terrible.
You're doing a great job. Keep on. Just go on.
This is terrible. But at any rate, like this is much more. You'll get much more work out of this motion than you would out of this weird writing motion. Also, when you do that, you crunch your brush out. You make the brush do something that it's not designed to do. If you have a flat brush, when you use that brush, you want to make sure it stays flat. So there's probably just this motion or this motion, but keep in mind it's still flat. It's always going to be flat. Even if you went up and down, like it's still flat. You do not crush your brush. That is not a thing that you do, or you don't want that shit to do what it's supposed to do ever again. So that's why if I'm going to crush a brush down, if I need it to dig like that, I'm going to get a brush that does that already. So if you look at the bristles on this brush, they're angled so that when I dig, I'm not actually digging. Does that make sense? So it's angled already, so that's how this brush works. That's why I like it. Also, it doesn't make real hard lines because it's round-ish. And I beat the hell out of this brush. I love this brush. It's actually one of my newer brushes. It's a Master's Touch 16.